You are listening to Claret and Blue, an Aston Villa podcast brought to you by Birmingham Live.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Claret and Blue podcast, episode number we don't know. Matt Kendrick, you're back.
I'm back, yeah.
Shaved.
I've had a bit of a shaving disaster, to be honest. I got
baby.
bought some new clippers for Christmas, and I put them on the wrong setting. I thought I put them on a 1 for my beard.
Is that your hair as
and
well?
My hair's just, I think we've discussed that in previous podcasts, but the beard is just, it's the first time I've been beardless for about 2.5 years, and I've got a face like a baby's bum. So it feels smooth, but I look a little bit naked.
Is that confirmed, Ash? Is it like
It's confirmed.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Okay, nice. Ash, suited and booted.
Yeah.
Press conference day, isn't
Dish
it?
out the suit today. Press conference ahead of Leicester tomorrow. So what Dean's got to say about the continued striker search.
Yeah.
There should be a big night at Villa Park tomorrow, shouldn't it?
Yes.
Another one under the lights. It's a big build up to that one. And let's see what we can do.
It's January transfer window. The deadline is on Friday. It's all very exciting. We're hoping for another striker.
Yep.
Potentially more. Who knows?
Never know.
We'll see what happens. So we're kind of, because we've not played a game since the last episode, we've obviously, you and me, talked about Watford. Happy with Watford, by the way?
Yeah, has Foster taken that goal kick yet?
I think he's still waiting, to be fair. That was so annoying. Don't even start. So yeah, because we've not played a game, it's weird, isn't it, to kind of fill for an hour's episode. So this will probably be a short episode because you've got to go to the press conference straight after this. So we're doing kind of a filler episode about the January transfer window as a whole, kind of looking back on the best and the worst of years gone by.
Do you think you've kind of ruined it by calling it a filler episode? You're not sold it.
A special.
Yeah, special.
There we go. Yeah. A bonus special episode extravaganza. So I've made a little game. I've spent my Sunday afternoon doing a bit of research for once, and I've got some different moments.
Have you got nothing better to do on a Sunday?
No,
has the world run out of dog gifts or something?
I really haven't. There's commitment to my job, mate. Even on my day off on a Sunday, I'm still putting the graft in.
All right, mate. This is not your prize, but crack on.
And I'm due an extra day off. I'm due an extra day off, by the way. Don't you forget it.
Could have had yesterday off, mate. It's your own fault.
Yeah, fair. So instead of us just going, in 2006 we signed this player, 2010 we signed this, I thought if we make it a bit random, we'll just see where we go then, won't we? We'll just have to kind of go with the flow.
Flying by the seat of our pants, aren't we? This is the way we do it.
We'll just wing it, because that's what we do. So now we're going to prove that we can wing it.
I like this roller coaster podcasting.
No, you've got to get a bit of excitement in, haven't we?
Listeners are poised, aren't they?
I know what's in this cup. Obviously, neither of you two do, so it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? So I've only gone back about 15 years, so I couldn't be bothered to go back too far. So they're all kind of semi-recent. So who wants to go first?
Go on, Ash, I'll let you.
Okay,
I'm nervous now.
Who wants to pull a name out of the hat?
Down the bottom.
So there is a little quiz in one of them as well, which is difficult.
Read it out.
Yes, go for it.
Sally Fu, cult hero status.
Cult hero status. Sally Fu. I don't know what year that was, by the way.
I mean, the song was better than the player, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
That's all I could think of when I saw it. I was just like, and that song and the story of getting shot up on the team
bus.
Was
it January signing? Was he Salafu?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Are these Januaries or these general?
No, they're all January.
Oh, these are all January.
So unless my research is wrong, he was January.
He was just a random one, wasn't he?
I don't remember anything about the player. I just remember the song and the fact that he's kind of. I think isn't there a Project B6 flag of him or something?
It was a summer signing.
Oh, was he a summer signing?
It's a great start, Dan, isn't it?
Oh, no. I told you it was a Sunday. It was a lazy Sunday. I've got it wrong.
I remember when Martin O'Neill left, and I think I wrote that he left in such a hurry that he forgot to even clear out his drawers, and like Salafu was still sitting there because he was such a kind of bit part player, wasn't he? I think he.
That's so annoying, by the way, that you've done that.
I think he tended to play him in the European games, didn't he?
He did,
when he went kind of proper second string, and Salafu, I reckon. Again, a lack of research on my part. I didn't know Salafu was going to be pulled out, to be honest.
He should be,
but I reckon he probably played more games in the UEFA Cup than he did in the Premier League, to be honest. I might be wrong.
Do you want to get us a bit more research?
Right, four appearances in 4 years, apparently.
Wow.
So
that's mad. They must all be European games or Cup games.
And he signed a 1 year deal, and he was gone after that.
Really? That's mad, isn't it? So why has he got this kind of cult hero status then?
I think
to some fans, not to me. I don't really care.
I think it's that, isn't it? I think the fact that he was kind of you celebrate the kind of crap fringe players, don't you?
You do.
Give him cult hero status, and the fact that he was caught up in that terrible kind of terrorist attack kind of added, it just gave him that extra layer, didn't it?
I wonder what he's up to now.
Of appreciation.
Yeah,
Do you
where
reckon
is he
he's up
now?
to?
Do you know?
Where is he?
What country is he in now?
He's got to be
Is
playing
he
in the
still
German
playing?
5th division or something,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
I think so.
How
yeah.
old is he, Ash? Is he still playing?
He's 36.
Oh, he's got to be retired now, surely.
I don't know. Probably
Well,
still.
he's probably still got the legs, hasn't he?
Plugging
He's
away,
not been running around
somewhere.
much.
Mate, if he's only playing 4 games in a 4-year career or whatever it is, I'm sure he can
gonna go to his
eke
50s,
out another
isn't he?
4 years.
Yeah,
can't he?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. You can go next, and hopefully this one is an actual January signing. So embarrassing that is.
That's just fine. Let's dig deep.
Oh, you've got to love the effort levels, by the way. Come on.
Sally for You're obsessed, man.
Nice.
This is Graben and Twanzebe,
Okay.
a solid window.
Yes. So they haven't all got a little clue because I couldn't think of one for all of them. Some of them are just straight
Well, in
up.
terms of Lewis Graben, that lends itself to probably the worst ever announcement, doesn't it?
Yes. Good shout. Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was. Was it Wyness kind of digging out a journalist?
It was
at some stage.
It was Alexa, wasn't it?
That was
I
it,
don't know
yeah. But he was digging out
was
Alan
it?
Nixon.
Was there?
Boycott. He was slagging off a journalist, and he just ended with didn't he end with some kind of random thumbs up from Wyness, which was turned into a meme that came
Still
back to
doing
haunt
those now.
him,
It's a GIF. I use it all the time.
forevermore.
It's a great GIF.
So in terms of grabbing the player, I think he was quite useful, wasn't he?
Like if you look at, if I put a solid window because there's only 2 additions, but those 2 helped get us to the playoff final that year. Twanzebe was great in defence. Graben scored a fair few goals. That's a good January window for us.
Was Twanzebe definitely a January signing?
Yes. Oh, come on, surely you two must have some kind of knowledge as well. I'm sure it was January.
It's your game.
Is it not?
It's your game.
Anyway,
sure it
Graben.
was.
The thing that it was an interesting one, Graben, because he scored goals,
Yeah.
but didn't do a lot else.
Yeah, playoff final
Which
tainted his.
Well, that was the problem with the playoff final because
he's alone for me.
And I think Graben was probably judged unfairly in that playoff final because there was no alternative to him
Yeah.
on the bench, was there?
No.
You know, that was a big game for me when Keenan Davis could have made an impact if he would have been brought on.
He didn't even give it a run around though, did he? At Wembley.
No.
Very, very disappointing performance, but it's all meant to be, isn't it? It wasn't meant to be.
Some
that
beard
year,
as well,
no.
was it? Graben?
Oh, you had got a good
Yes,
beard game.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you tried to make me weep now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, decent. Twanzebe though, great player.
Great chant.
I wish we had him now. Yeah, good chant.
Good
I
chant
like where you're
again.
going with this, going a bit niche with instead of talking about player, talking about something else.
Yeah, I think Twanzebe. How are we saying it?
Twanzebe, I always said.
Twanzebe.
How about you?
Twanzebe.
Oh, Twanzebe. I said Twanzebe. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think played a big part, didn't he?
Yeah,
Played a
100%.
big part. Obviously, we had two spells with the Villa, and I think he was.
Yeah, because he joined us in the summer then, didn't he? So it was January.
Yeah, it
he
was.
had a secondary loan, didn't he? And then the summer.
Last
then.
week of Johnny joined you.
Yeah, and just got a bit of class about him, hadn't he?
Yeah, great player.
A lot of pace about him.
To be honest, probably could be starting for Man United
I know.
today.
Can't get near the team.
Yeah, I think he's better than at least 2 or 3 of those.
Signed a new deal in the summer, but you can't get in the team.
But I think as January transfer windows go, I think that's
strong.
That was a very effective one.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't think of one. I mean, well,
I think there's
until
another
we
decent
dig
one.
out Ashley Young and John Carew in here,
Yeah.
which will probably be you
I hope that's in there.
probably put that in your summer pot. until we dig that out, I think that's probably a strong.
Very shrewd on it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
Come on, you pull one.
Now you two go because I know what's in there. I like this. This is a game for you two.
You don't know what you're going to pull out there, do you?
I know, but I don't want to read them because I want you two to get involved. I'm like kind of quiz master here.
Let's just get some effect.
Yeah, it's like the Champions League draw, isn't it?
Right then.
You got to hold it out to the camera now.
You could have put some like quality straight in there as well, couldn't you, just to give us a treat.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? What's it going to be?
Joined for a month in 2012.
Oh, who's that?
Join for a month in 2012. It's going
I
to
think
be.
I know.
It's going to be thinking. It's going to be Super Robbie Keane, isn't
It
it?
is
Yeah,
Super Robbie
there you
Keane.
go.
An emergency loan deal.
Yeah, I remember that. Trust me to turn a positive into something bleak. I remember the day that Darren Bent got injured away at Wigan, and I think it was Robbie Keane's last game of his loan as well. So just when we thought we got we all know Alex McLeish's Villa team, very pragmatic, very kind of built on being hard to beat. But we got a little bit of attack. We got a bit of threat at the other end of the pitch with Robbie Keane.
Yeah.
and I forgot his name, and Darren Bent. And that day you thought, oh my God, we really are going to have to do this by instalments.
Yeah.
And we did. It was kind of a point every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know,
It was a month, wasn't it, that deal? He was with the MLS team, wasn't he?
LA Galaxy, yeah.
And then they had a winter break, didn't they? And he came to us, scored a worldie against Wolves, and then went off again.
I think Robbie Keane was destined to play for Villa. He
Thanks,
just
Robbie.
arrived kind of 15 years too late. There's a famous story of John Gregory going in the stands to watch him play, to go and scout him at Wolves, and he got a kind of baseball cap on and tried to be incognito. I remember when Robbie Keane signed, and we went to his presser at Bodymore, and because I'm a bit of a he's not an exception.
I don't know.
I think it is.
You've said it twice now, so it's either two bleeps or you've got away with it twice.
Put it out there. Put it out to the listeners. He's not acceptable. The word "not" is it acceptable?
And again, we're
just checking.
10.
Is it acceptable? Right. Anyway, because I'm one of those, I went to the presser and we did our usual questions. And at the end, I don't know whether you know, but Robbie Keane, whenever he's joined a club, said, "Oh yeah, I've supported this club since I was a boy. You know, Wolves is my boyhood club, Coventry is my boyhood club, Inter Milan's my boyhood club, Liverpool's my boyhood club." And I said to him, "Is it right?" As he was leaving, I said, "Is it right, Robbie, that you're that Aston Villa's your boyhood club?" And just kind of glared at me as if he wanted to headbutt me. And I thought, well, I'm glad we got off to a good start anyway.
You surprised me that you upset somebody straight away. Yeah.
Listen, you might as well lay down an early mark, hadn't you? You know, it was the goals against Wolves, though, wasn't it?
Yes, that's all I can remember. Really,
two absolute beauts.
I think he scored 3 in 5 games or something like that.
Yeah,
2 games against Wolves. But yeah, great strike.
Why didn't he sign for Villa sooner? What was the script?
I think the deal was that Doug wouldn't pay the extra £500,000 or whatever it was. Well, if it wasn't, that's a fair assumption to make. But I think it was that.
Yeah.
And you know, that was a kind of the fact that Coventry would pay that money.
Yeah.
That Villa wouldn't. Was a bit of a kick in the taters.
Taters. Yeah, can say taters. Yeah, that's fine. Classic Villa, that. Do you want to go again?
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Go on. Told you this would be exciting, didn't I? You were sceptical before, I reckon. Oh, what's this one?
So good. They named him twice.
Yes.
So.
Jemba.
Yeah. January 2005, is it?
2005, yeah.
So I was still in nappies basically at this point. So this is.
Yeah, but you were 14.
I was actually 10 in 2005. So definitely wasn't in nappies.
Nah.
But what I'm saying is I'm too young to remember Eric Jemba, so I'm relying on the old.
O'Leary signed him, was it?
The old fart in the
I
podcast.
think it was
to tell
O'Leary
us.
who signed him.
Just disastrous.
There's massive hype around the signing, I remember. Originally.
I don't remember. Came from Man United, didn't they? So
Should I tell you what I remember about Jemba? I used to get on quite well with a few people who were involved in like the commercial side of Villa, and I think we've done this as a story, so I'm pretty sure we're not libeling him, but we'll double check. Now, what happened was that Jemba used to kind of send loads of merchandise back from the club shop. And promised to pay it, and when he left Villa, left a massive bill.
Bar tab.
Well, that's it. Yes, I don't know if it was like baseball caps and replica shirts and stuff like that, but he left a massive bill. So that was probably the greatest impact that he. So are we saying that he had at Villa?
Are we saying that Eric Jemba wears Aston Villa pyjamas still to this day? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, well, a weird signing. Somebody obviously I did a tweet about it saying send me some suggestions to form these notes, so I didn't have to do all the research on my own. And someone just said Eric Jemba, nothing more to say.
Sure, Jemba played.
I think it's
against Villa for Odense, because I remember going to watch Villa play Odense in a.
Can you talk into the mic, please?
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm just thinking.
For those that aren't listening, you're looking around the room trying to think.
Yeah, no, he played against Villa. That must have been a preliminary UEFA Cup game, I think. But yeah, I don't think we're challenging the Graben Twanzebe for strength just yet on the strength of Jemba.
Yeah, not a good move.
Why the silent D? Why it's not Dejemba?
Dejemba.
Yeah,
that'd be better. Okay.
Sounds a little bit more
dramatic. Did he have it on his shirt?
Dejemba.
Okay, nice. Did he have Jemba on his shirt? Did he have both?
I think so, mate. Yeah,
cost a bit in the club shop, that would, wouldn't it?
You used to pay, didn't you?
Maybe that's how he got the money back. Maybe by having people having his name twice on the back of his shirt, made up for the shortfall.
The club are making
all the car stickers that he rinsed.
The club are making so much money out of my surname. I'm gonna take a.
I'm due those pajamas and
I'm gonna take a woolly hat next time.
A blue dog bowl or whatever it is.
Okay, nice. Do you want to go next?
Okay.
I think you're right, actually, that you did kind of hail this as filler rather than special.
Nah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a right laugh.
It's a bit of an open-ended one.
Okay.
3 years ago to the day. ... Almost.
Yes. So if you've been paying attention lately, a signing that we made 3 years ago was 3 years ago to the day, a couple of days ago.
So
2017.
Still here now. The January of 2017, Steve Bruce signing.
I know this one.
Maybe you'd say 3 years ago today.
Horahan.
Conor Horahan. 3 years ago today. Well, it was the 27th or 26th, I think.
In that case,
still here, one of the better
Aston
January
Villa
signings.
make a flurry of signings around that day, and the reason that the Villa account tweeted about the kind of Horahan one in the last couple of days
because
is
all the
because all
others
those turned out to be complete enough to duds.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there's a 2017 themed one in there later, so we'll come on to that.
Right.
But,
See, again, we're talking about kind of Horahan being a successful thing, and I turned to the bleak.
I know, yeah.
What a horrible person I am.
You look at all
Upsetting
the
Robbie Keane.
You look at all the others and go, yeah.
That's a busy window, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we signed a few. Like I say, we'll come on to it because you're going to ruin another one later.
Oh, okay.
But he's one of the few January signings of recent years that's still there and performing well.
Just under 3 mil.
Great contributions. I don't even think it was that much, to be honest.
No.
I'm sure it was less than that.
Cut price. Doing all right now.
Comes from Barnsley as a captain and delivers goals and assists galore.
Yeah.
He said in that interview after Norwich, didn't he? Not bad for a lad from Barnsley.
Yeah, exactly. I love
Like from Cork, but
yeah. Obviously, he's got his critics, and everyone's got their right to their opinion. But you kind of, regardless of what you think of him as a player, to like come and play through every league and
He
now
always
to be
comes
making
back
it in the Premier League.
yeah,
like
with the goal or something, didn't he?
He's a success story, isn't he? So
We said that,
celebrate
haven't we?
that.
We said that he's at his best when he needs to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got to dip him. You need to kind of feed him on raw steak or something, don't you, and keep him fired up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, we've not been blessed with goal scoring midfielders down the years, have
Yeah.
we? Talk back to my heyday when I was still in nappies at the age of 9 or 10.
That's gonna stick.
David Platt is the ultimate. But since then we've had Tails who's kind of dipped in and out. But in fairness, he is a goal scoring hero from midfield, Ian Taylor. And then other than that, we're talking probably James Milner.
Yeah, I was going to say Milner.
And then Connor, and then we've had obviously Jack and McGinn have started to wane with goals since then. But it's an interesting one, Connor Horahan, because I don't think he'll ever quite get the hero worship of the others because of his all-round impact on games.
100%.
But not a bad party piece to have pinging in goals from free kicks and from distance and contributing assists.
Yeah.
So yeah, and for the price that Villa paid for him, it has proved to be a bargain.
Favourite Horahan goal?
Horahan goal. I liked the one at Blackburn. Was it last year?
The free kick.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
For me, it's got to be the one
Blues.
against the Albion in the. Which one were you?
Oh,
gonna
the
say?
Albion one.
Blues,
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I think
But yeah,
just
Albion
for
special.
in terms of importance and impact, and it was a sweet strike as well.
Great celebration as well.
I think he's that one, and I think from Hourahan's point of view, the fact that a couple of the Boo Boys went after him.
Yeah.
Against Albion earlier that season in the league, I think it was
Proving a point.
a sweet moment to prove a point. Yeah,
But that one versus Blues as well. Was that the 4-2 game?
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah, that was special as
That
well.
was 2-0, wasn't it? Adoma
Oh
scored.
yes, it was. Yeah, that was the season before.
Yeah.
Before his skinhead. Yeah. Okay. Next. I don't know why I looked at
Is
you
it
when I
my
said
turn?
skinhead then.
Yep.
Oh, that's me coffee. I don't put my hands in there, do I? That's the trick, isn't it? We'll get in the senile old kid. What we got here? Oh, this is my favourite one. I'm glad you've mentioned this.
Yes.
The lights are still on at Bodymore Heath.
Okay. I'm glad you've pulled
Now,
this one
before
out.
we start on who this was and when it was,
There was a couple that year, I think.
there were two, if I'm right in thinking. But do you remember when we were going to call this podcast Podymore Heath?
Yes.
Oh, why didn't we?
Straight on the scrappy.
The
that
lights
title.
are still on at Podymore Heath. That'd have been brilliant, wouldn't it?
We said we were going to start calling the studio Podymore
Do you think
Heath.
we could have, I don't think we could have fitted it on the mug, though, could we? To be honest, and that's obviously what clenched it in the end.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, scratching my nose.
Thanks
The
for
lights
telling
are
us.
still on at Bodymore Heath. This was in. It would have been Lambert, so it would have been
2013,
2013. I think it would. This would have been the Yakuba Silla Simon
God,
Dawkins
yes.
double.
I forgot it was
Huge.
Silla.
But it was this was Dawkins, so
Yeah.
I think they put this out. It must have been an 11 p.m. deadline.
That tweet
year.
was probably out there somewhere, so I'll put it on screen now.
Yeah,
so
they
don't
must
forget.
have put this tweet out at around 10 o'clock, something like that, and everybody's thinking, oh my god, we're going to do big business. They wouldn't hail this if it wasn't. Do you know what I mean?
Big build up.
This has got to be Ibra. It has got to be him. It's got to be him. It wasn't him, was it? It was Simon Dawkins, who I think had been on loan at San Jose Earthquakes, I believe.
Yeah, not sure.
Or had been playing there
Didn't he go to the States
in the
after
MLS.
us?
I think he did it both times at either side.
He came from Tottenham, didn't he?
I think he was a Tottenham player at the time. But yeah,
what a strange character, strange player.
Gave it the big build up. I mean, he probably had about, I don't know, an hour and a half football for Villa in total. And there was one game he played. He played decent, I think, at Villa. I can't remember who it was against, but he played okay. But it was just. I think while we're on this subject, I think it's worth. I don't know what else
is in the magic pot
lies within the mug, but to me, and I can understand why clubs do it, because the transfer window is such big business. We know Jim White spontaneously combusts. I get the pizza in on deadline day.
I can't wait for that, by the way.
It's a big. You can have that day off, actually.
I'll take it, mate.
No. Stay. Come in. I'll get you a pizza.
It's on record there.
But what I'm getting at is, there's such a big build up and such a hype. Yeah. So you see all these grand unveilings, all this excitement. You see kind of big video interviews, and then. And they leave the club.
For what?
So-and-so's contract has been terminated by mutual consent. And it's kind of just, it's whispered away. Actually, the fanfare that surrounded it when you sign this guy, and then you just discreetly let him leave the building.
Does anyone remember Simon Dawkins? Now forget it, doesn't matter then. He's gone.
But don't you think it says it all, that we remember Simon Dawkins more for the way we were introduced to the idea of him signing than anything he did on a football pitch.
Yeah. Also, he's not in there, but Yakuba Silla as well was a bit of an enigma. I remember, didn't he have a half decent debut? Or did he get sent off on his debut? It's either one of the two. I remember him getting a red card against somebody.
I think you're confusing him with Jean de McCoon.
Yes,
he got red carded away at
Was that his debut?
No, he got red carded away at Blackpool.
See, I seem to remember half thinking that Silla was a half decent player.
Well, Silla is an interesting one. I think he's another one whose chant is better than the player.
Yeah.
But I remember Silla back in the day. He seemed to be like a talisman, and we stayed up that year, and it's kind of like he gave us a bit of. Well, I'd got a bit more time on my hands back then, and I remember doing a real detailed dig into his stats, because every time Silla played, Villa tended to perform better.
Yeah,
and I did a search of his stats, and I concluded that it was sheer coincidence, because he was so far down. He was probably like kind of, let's say you got 100 midfielders in the Premier League. Yeah. It'd be like 87th best on each of these stats categories, so whether it was tackles, whether it was pass completion, whether it was forward passes, whether it whether it was a distance he covered. And I did this big piece looking at all his stats. Yeah, the conclusion was it's sheer coincidence.
So no, that's the thing. Maybe I'm kind of misremembering that he wasn't actually a decent player, but we just played better.
He had the decent game. I went to Reading before, he did all right. That might have been his debut. He just sat in front of the back four, didn't he? But
I'm sure I seem to remember playing football somewhere, and Villa were playing at the same time. And I'm sure he got a red card against somebody like Blackpool or somebody like that.
That's John de McCoon.
Was that McCoon? Oh mate, it's weird. I'll get confused.
But didn't he sign from like Claremont Foot?
Yeah. Great knowledge.
Something like that, which is great. On the subject of McCoon, is he in here or not?
I think he was Summer. So no, he won't be in there.
Was he Summer?
No.
Because I think Houllier signed him, and Houllier wasn't there for a summer.
Houllier signed him with Bent.
Because he arrived wearing that Daddy Diamond jumper.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Oh my
because
God.
I remember meeting him. That was the days when we were a bit more giving in terms of letting you be there. So I was there at Bodymore, probably. The lights were still on. Bodymore, it was that late, and he came in. He was wearing this kind of this Pringle jumper, as if he'd just come straight from the 18th hole down the Belfry.
Yeah,
but he came with a really, really good reputation.
Yeah. No, he isn't in there. So
Champions League and all that.
But yeah. So, but it didn't quite happen. I think there was some personal issues involved. Obviously, he signed for Houllier. Houllier wasn't there. Only for a couple of months after he'd signed. Yeah, he got red carded away at Blackpool. I think wasn't his debut against Man United away, and he did okay. I think we lost at Old Trafford.
Shock.
But yeah, it didn't quite work out for him.
No.
Have you done much about? Oh, well, listen, I'm not going to preempt. I'm not going to preempt.
What are you going to say?
No, just about Michael Bradley.
No, he isn't there either.
Signed that that January. If I'm right in
what a
thinking,
rubbish window that was.
We saw him Bent, so it wasn't terrible.
True.
But I think it was Bent, Michael Bradley, Kyle Walker came in on
good
loan. And
You look a bit like Michael Bradley today, the old hair.
I look more like what's his dad? They do it on Soccer M, don't they?
Bob Bradley.
Yeah.
Brad Bobley, isn't it? Something like that.
I'd rather have you in midfield as well, than too fair.
You wouldn't, mate.
I've seen you play.
You could
yeah,
probably
that's true.
cut some of the footage in from that as well. When Heskey nutmegs me, have you got that?
I probably don't own the rights to that anymore.
Oh, mate.
You swore then.
Did I?
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
What did I say?
No? You said the F word.
I didn't.
Moving on, Ash, do you want to go for it?
My go, come on.
Yeah. Get some dramatic music on the go.
Oh, I have two here. No, got one. January 2010, missed opportunity.
Oh, yes.
So that is O'Neill, not Sonny anyone.
O'Neill, yeah. The push. I remember I basically got a copy of this from your article. You said a missed opportunity was your tag for 2010, so you can talk about this one. We're pushing, aren't we, for top 4 that year.
The year before was Heskey, wasn't it? 09.
January comes round and we don't make any signings and we don't kick on. And you look back at it now, I think if we'd have bought in 1 or 2 quality additions that year,
The Europa League year as well.
maybe we
Was
finished.
that-
O'Neill's last season, that was.
So
was his last
2010,
season.
they didn't sign anybody in that
No.
January. So that feeds into the essence of the O'Neill era, didn't
Yeah.
it? That he got this kind of core of 13, 14 players that he trusted, good, really strong core of players.
Yep.
Good talent, real kind of togetherness.
Yeah.
Which was great in 1981 and 1982, but in 2010 meant that Villa got to that stage where they had burnout again, didn't they?
Nasty,
So
yeah.
they kind of get there all the time. So we got the likes of, I mean, in fairness, if you're the board at that time, you probably think, well, we've given O'Neill a squad. There's the likes of Ria Coker and Sidwell and Habib Bey and whoever else it might be, and Luke Young and all these players who tended to be squad players. I can't even remember. We've got an excuse, haven't we, for a lack of knowledge or research, because it's the cup of randomness.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember what position with a particular. I mean, there's no point making a signing for the sake of making a signing.
Yeah, true.
You've got a strong squad.
Yeah.
Would we might get back to it. We might find the Remy Gard era in there where they needed a signing just to give you that, to lift the dressing room and to give you that extra body, and they needed an attacker. I'm not sure in January 2010 whether you could say that particular position was weak.
Yeah. Fair. I think the first team was very strong, wasn't it?
Fighting on loads of fronts, Europe Cups as well.
Yeah, like we did-
that was the League Cup
the
final.
League Cup final, yeah. So we'd probably be in a semi-final around this time, same as Leicester.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, maybe another edition here. You can kind of focus on that and the league, push up for top 4. We'd obviously still be in the FA Cup. Didn't we get to the semi-final that year as well?
Yeah, they got semi-final. They lost to United in the final of the League Cup.
Yeah,
Damn you,
so-
Phil Dowd. And then they lost to Chelsea, didn't
Chelsea,
they?
yeah. So that was
Damn you, whoever the referee was, because John Terry fouled somebody that day.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
that be? Oh, would that be?
I don't know.
Howard Webb, I think. I think it was Howard Webb. Damn you, Howard Webb. If it wasn't you, Howard Webb. Sorry, Howard Webb.
So that was the year that you kind of look at and like, if we'd have just been...
I think there's more missed opportunities
Yeah,
than
that's
then.
right.
I think
Yes, yeah.
if Villa were going to unravel, they'd have unravelled even if they'd have bought another
fair.
3 players in.
But it's just one of
What
those ones.
might have been.
Yeah. Okay. Next. I'm kind of wary of time now, so we might need to rattle through these a little bit. Unless you just go, me and Matt will finish off.
Debut goal against Manchester City.
Okay, so we can kind of rattle through this one fairly quickly. This is obviously Darren
Bent,
same
what a
season.
signing that was at
Yeah.
the time. It was a real statement of intent.
Record signing until
it was
this
probably,
year as well.
now you mention it, it was probably the signing that we probably should have made the January before to give Villa that extra push. They didn't need one a second ago, but now I've decided that they did. Darren Bent, was signed and
Came in against Man City, and obviously Man City weren't the Man City they were now, but still
No.
a difficult game.
won 1-0, touched the ball 9 times, I believe, once in the penalty box.
Yeah.
That proved to be the winner. I actually really like Darren Bent. I think we almost kind of tried to reinvent Darren Bent after the event, saying, he doesn't do anything, he can't make the ball stick, he doesn't hold it up. I think he was brought in to score goals.
Yeah.
And that's what he
he?
made a career out of doing.
How many goals did he get that season? Was it
Like
you
9,
didn't get,
10.
You didn't get double figures, did you? I don't think.
Well, he scored 10, more than double figures for Sunderland prior.
Yes,
So
yeah.
he-
I don't think he got to 20. I think it might have been 10 for them and 9 for us.
Yeah, he got 9.
I think he got, like I say, got that injury away at Wigan. As a fella, He actually tweeted me the other day, Darren Bent.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did a
About your lad,
tweet
was it?
saying, yeah, it's a good excuse to kind of hug your son without him being embarrassed when there's a last minute goal. And Darren Bent said, love that. So,
Ah,
what can
nice.
I say? What can I say? I remember we could rattling through these. I remember Darren Bent at the
lane,
end
mate,
of
love it.
Lambert's first season. I remember Lambert pulling me into his office. I don't know if I've told this story on air before, but Lambert pulled me into his office.
You've told me one story about this, but
And
not on air.
kind of, he didn't like me very much, so he kind of got a list of all my got my stories and my tweets all printed out in a big pile, and he clearly bought me. He bought me in the couple of days after Wigan had lost and Wigan had got relegated, and it had kept Villa up.
Yeah.
And he starts having this massive rant about me and screwing these things up and throwing them around the room, and he's kind of I'm sat there going, oh my god, what's happening here? Works himself up into such a frenzy that he has to leave the room and get a glass of water. Comes back in and
What
starts.
did you do during that time?
I looked at the press officer bloke called Brian Dugan, and we just kind of looked at each other and thought, crikey. Anyway, so he's scrabbling around on his hands and knees, Lambert, to find out what he's thrown around so he could return back to the point that he was making. And I'm thinking, oh God, here we go. And in fairness, 15 minutes of ranting, then we kind of had a good 45-minute conversation, shook hands, left it at that. But Darren Bent was a real issue because I got on well with Bent. So Bent was kind of giving me little bits and pieces, giving me stories. Oh, I'm working really hard. I'm the first one on the training pitch. I'm the last one off the training pitch. I was writing all this.
Modest guy.
And then Lambert was like, oh, if only you knew, if only you knew. And I'm thinking, well, tell me then.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I'm the local reporter. You're the boss. This is the striker who you want out the door who's going to be gone soon.
Yeah.
If you want to tell me what you're telling me the truth is about Darren Bent, here's my phone number, tell me.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there you go.
Nice story.
Oh dear. Norwich connection signed from Wigan.
Oh, the worst January signing in my opinion.
The Lambert one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Do you know it?
Grant Holt, isn't it? The man
It
who
is.
the Holton was named after.
Big fat Grant Holt.
He scored down the Holt, and he's wrestling now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a nice guy from what I hear. I know some of the Norwich lads, and they did a podcast with him. I think he's a really nice bloke. But
Yeah, I just think he was
Terrible
kind of wrong person, wrong time. He got a great story, hadn't he? He played his way through the leagues. The thinking man's Ricky Lambert. I can understand Lambert signing him because Lambert knew him.
he wanted one of his people in the dressing room, didn't he? I
Yeah,
think?
I just think he just didn't work, did he? I think he did score, didn't he?
Scored a couple,
scored in
I
front of the
think.
Holt, I think.
Yeah.
Probably I remember writing a really contrived intro around it. So what year was that?
That'd be 2014, maybe 2013. I don't know. I haven't done my specific research. I was going to, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He came, he scored one goal in front of the Holt end, and then he went and wore lycra and wrestled. Didn't he? That's the story. That's the
Grant
story in a
Holt.
nutshell, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What do you remember about him? Because I remember the signing and just thinking, like, some of these, if they're unknown, you think, well, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Whereas with that, I kind of felt like
Really?
this isn't going to work, surely, and it didn't.
No, I thought it's just a surprising one, isn't it, on all fronts? I bet all the supporters are surprised that. How old was he at the time?
He's in his 30s.
Mid 30s.
Yeah, strange.
He
understandable,
weren't
strange.
playing for Wigan at the time in the Championship.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then someone in the Prem.
gets in the Premier League. Yeah. Very
Odd.
very weird.
Moving on.
Very weird. Yeah. Dark times. How many have we got left?
2017, 7 incomings.
Oh, the
Now,
quiz.
I'll go first.
The
Conor
quiz.
Harahan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bjarnason.
You can take it in turn. Oh yes, I didn't think you'd get that.
Hogan.
Yes.
They got written down. I'll read them off there.
Brie.
Yes.
James Bree. We've said Bjarnason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon the goalie.
Yes.
Sam Johnson.
Yes.
I'll go-
I didn't
How many
get
have we got?
that. You got 2 more left.
I'll go Lansbury.
Yes. Wow. You rattled through these. I didn't think you'd get them.
Oh, it's going to be...
Play some filler music here.
I've done you here and
Run me through them again. Johnson.
Johnston, Bree, Bjarnason, Conor Harahan, Henry Lansbury, Scott Hogan. There was Jacob Bedu as well, but I haven't counted him because I didn't count. He was a youth signing. There was one more, a defender. Give you a clue. You'll kick yourself when you know it.
I know it.
Do you know it?
Tuanzaba.
No.
Oh, no.
That was 2018
Oh, 28.
with Lewis Graben.
Was it Neil Taylor?
It was Neil
Oh,
Taylor.
shite.
Yes, the swap deal
Trumpman?
with Jordan Ayew.
Ayew, yeah.
Swap.
Strange that he's one of the other ones that's still there. Actually, when we were talking before about Horan,
Of course, yeah.
he's still there. The rest and Lansbury, to be fair.
I remember...
I think that's our busiest ever
Sign
January window.
Remember I had a flurry of them, didn't we? And we played Brentford
Yes.
away and everything. And I think we signed Hogan that day, and everyone's thinking, oh my God, Hogan, what's Hogan going to be thinking?
We lose 3-0.
Yeah. It's probably the game that Dean Smith was referring to on the telebox the other day. I mean, I think
a mixed bag there. When you look at it.
It was Bruce's first window, wasn't it? So Bruce inherited the squad that Di Matteo was being allowed to put together. So Bruce wanted to stamp his mark. Probably tried too much too soon.
Yeah, and I remember that being a very exciting window as well. Thinking, oh yes, another one. Like these look like good players there.
Well, in fairness, we'd seen Bjarnason for Iceland in the World Cup, so we got a little bit of mystique about him. Scott Hogan would obviously be banging him in for Brentford in the Championship. Henry Lansbury had played against Villa several times and had been the star player on the pitch. So him and Howrahan had got the best stats. In the Championship, we ended up signing.
Cherry picking, weren't we?
Signed in the. Well, actually, it was like that. We signed the Championship's best players.
Yeah.
Neil Taylor, I'd got memories of Neil Taylor when Swansea made the surge up the league, and I seem to think of him being a decent footballing fullback.
On paper, all those signings at the time were decent, really.
Yeah, well, Sam Johnson proved to be a good acquisition.
I think I'm surprised you both rattled through those so quickly.
Know our stuff, don't we? Know our stuff.
I reckon if you just had to do it all on your own, maybe you wouldn't have got
I'd have just created a diversion, wouldn't I? And just spoke about Jemba
and ran away.
Barbill again or something.
Okay, we can move on then, because that was more of a little quiz than anything.
Yeah. What time is it?
I'm surprised by your knowledge. It's 12:10.
2016, I put more effort into preparing this game.
Yeah. 2016, the worst, most pointless January transfer window we've had.
Right. I thought that was a quote from a player that arrived.
No, that's me saying I put more effort into making this game than Villa put into that transfer window. The year we went down.
It's Remy Gard, isn't it?
Remy Gard. The year we needed,
the January.
The year we just needed something.
Oh, he was crying out for
anything.
He was crying out, wasn't
he was desperate for it. We needed something, and we just rolled over and died.
Yeah,
he wanted Kalinic then as well.
Yeah,
desperate for Kalinic. That's how bad it was.
How weird is that?
I think I described it as expecting him to dig his way out of the Grand Canyon with a plastic spoon or something,
similar,
something like that. Because the hole that they'd left him in.
Such a way with words.
Needed a striker desperately.
Needed everything.
Already bombed out Gabriel Bonlahall because didn't like his professionalism or lack of it.
Yeah.
Then lo and behold, wasn't given any backing in the transfer window, so I had to say, Gabby, can you actually come and
save us, please?
Come back and save us. I felt it was disrespectful to Remy Gard.
Yeah, you feel sorry for him, don't you?
To be honest, and we know Remy Gard could have made a better fist of the job with the squad that he got.
Yeah,
but
it's just destined to be a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah, the rug had pulled from under him.
I mean, I suppose they could argue that the club had made a flurry of signings, made a team full of signings the summer before, but it was apparent that they needed something to spark that, and it just came and went, and it was just kind of waving the white flag, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was just
100%.
Why would we spend anything now, even on loan, when we know that we're going to lose X amount of money in the summer? So it was just that slow, sorry kind of crawl towards relegation, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, most of us, I think, probably knew before January that we're probably going down this year when we're on 3 points.
The the Tunisian winger, he rejected Villa and went first to go to Sunderland. That's how bad it was. Because we were in a state. Dumbia was another one that was one we wanted, but he went to Newcastle in the end. But
Kalinic is the weird one, isn't it? That then we end up getting our guy 3 years later, and then half a season, and he's gone as well.
I was going to. Is he in there, Kalinic?
Yeah, kind of.
Because that was January. Might as well talk about that now, because we're talking about embarrassing unveilings. They went for the old Love Island one, didn't they? So when they signed Moreira the previous summer, they put a clip from Love Island saying, "Look who's entered the Villa," and they got him.
To be fair, for the first time, that isn't bad. I kind of once is allowed.
Well, then they did it for the bloke who replaced him. Nyland, saying "Love Nyland" as the hashtag, and then they did it for the bloke who replaced him, "Love Rat Island."
Oh, that's the worst one, isn't it?
I mean, is that the only reason they signed any of those three goalkeepers, just so they could rinse that thing?
Can you imagine if that was the transfer strategy? Oh, we're going to meet in. We need a goalkeeper. We can fit Love Island in into a pun somewhere.
Yeah, forget this squad. It's all about content. We need content.
Yeah, like when you say those three in a row, they get progressively worse, don't they? Like Love Neeland, terrible but passable. Love Rat Island is, that's bad. It makes me feel funny.
It could be the after a strike. I mean, they could be asking, is it Wagner Love at Moscow? Just get him in. Let's see,
just to continue the
just for the sake of it. Imagine that.
Kalinic has been a strange one because they pursued him for.
Yeah, we wanted him badly, didn't we?
3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
work permit issues,
things,
I believe, and finally got him to replace Nyland, and then. Had a couple of wobbles, didn't he? You would think that Albion game.
I went to his debut at Swansea at home. He looked a bit shaky then.
Yeah.
In the cup. I was like,
and then just kind of moved him on again.
Yeah.
Good question. That'll be in the years to come. Who was Dean Smith's first signing?
Is that the first signing?
His first signing, yeah.
Wow.
So they've improved a bit since then.
Yeah.
How many signings did he make? Was it just him and Mings?
No, that is in there. That's a quiz question, so...
Are we going to get to
horses? Yeah, go for it.
If we get it now, that would be perfect.
Yeah, it would.
No pressure.
It's one of the bigger ones. Is it the one?
5 in 2019.
Yes.
1 stands tall. No, not Kalinic.
Yes.
So
little gag there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do they all say that?
Yeah. Imagine if that's the last one. There's 2 left.
Tyrone Mings,
yes. So obviously Neeland is 6'10" or whatever he is, but the one I'm referring to as standing tall and being the standout is obviously Tyrone Mings, arguably one of our best ever signings, but best ever January recruits as well.
Impact, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I think history will tell him. It will say he's one of the most important signings.
Yeah,
providing we stay up this season, it will, because that was the moment and the catalyst. I know Jack Grealish would say, well, me coming back and us winning 10 games in a row might be a slight catalyst.
That arrogant Jack Grealish.
But Mings in the centre of that defence. I remember at the time there was a theory that Mings was going to be signed as a left-back.
Yes, yeah. That's what I thought.
Imagine him as a left-back.
Yeah, but that's all he played.
He played as a left-back.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was quite clear that he'd been, soon emerged that he'd been signed to play centre-half.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that, really.
The rest is history.
Yeah, we've spoken about Mings at length, I'm sure, before, and we will again. But I think as well as his playing ability and his physical ability and his strength, I think just his leadership skills and the bloke as a character really was what that dressing room needed and still continues to need.
Yes.
Masterstroke, and I know we're leaping forward 6 months from when he signed. That probably was one of the better pieces of content when they got him down at Whitton Station in his kit. I always wonder, because that was not only was it the we've signed Tyrone Mings on a permanent deal kind of announcement, but it was also the kit launch, wasn't it? I wonder how they'd have launched the kit if they hadn't signed Mings.
I don't know, probably something stupid.
Because I remember when they...
Love Island.
I remember when they signed Shay Given. And this was a summer signing, but they did him. You might have seen the pictures. They've got him coming down an escalator at Star City.
Oh yeah,
they've got this link up with Genting.
Yeah, I'd forgot all about that.
Random ways. So you go through our picture library now, and you're looking at Shay Given when he signed. Why are you on an escalator?
Oh, mate, yeah.
We're not due to go down for another couple of years.
I need to get some of these pictures in this episode, I think, to give some context.
Get them overlaid, just so people have got something good to take away from this.
Obviously, you obviously met Tyrone Mings a few times. What was that first time you met him like? Could you kind of feel what kind of guy he was?
I met him just in the summer when he launched his coaching thing.
Yeah. I was there as well, yeah.
Down to I've got. Yeah, he was there, weren't you?
Yeah, how strange how things work out.
And now he's a top bloke, and he's fully immersed in the club and what it's all about now. So he's one of the leaders in the dressing room, and can't speak highly enough of him.
Yeah.
Long mate, continue. Great signing.
What a hero. Maybe the topic of our next special podcast, maybe, if we can say that.
We'll try.
Say it quietly, we're working on it.
Certainly try, yeah.
Obviously,
he's definitely got a story to tell.
Yes. 3 other signings that we've not mentioned that year. Kalinic, Mings, there's 3 others. Do we know them?
Courtney House, Hawes.
Yes, that's 3. The other one is, I'll give you one, Gilbert. obviously signed in the summer, but the deal was done in that January. And then there's one more that I don't think you'll get.
Bloody hell.
We're running out of time, so I'm going to have to give you a 5-second pause or something. Tom Carroll.
I'd never got that. I'd have never got that.
The forgotten
Did
man.
he play about 11 minutes? And
Something like that. Got injured, didn't he? And then I don't know
Frail,
what he'd done,
wasn't
but he went straight back to Swansea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't he? And I don't even know if he's fit now, to be honest. It was a bad injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a
was
mere
crucial or something.
footnote in the illustrious history of Aston Villa, isn't he? You know.
I wonder whether he gets a promotion medal because he played minutes in the
Pass.
team in the season we go up.
Maybe that was the catalyst.
Does he? Yeah, that's 11 minutes. From
Anyway,
promotion.
we ain't got time to talk about Tom
I'm
Carroll.
just
I want to get to the
thinking,
bottom of his mug so I can have a coffee out of
I
it.
want to find out whether Tom Carroll's got a winner's medal or not.
January 2014, Hill. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Pronunciation?
Heel.
A bit of phlegm.
Carlos Heel.
Sinclair, not great, not bad.
Yeah, I think I've maybe been a bit too kind there.
Sinclair actually did okay.
I just
Again,
remember
in
a few moments and a few goals
the
from both of
backdrop
them.
of a relegation season.
Yeah.
He did okay. Didn't he arrive this season before on loan?
Loan
at the end
initially, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Was he from Man City?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a
think he
massive
was.
move, didn't he, for 30 million or something, then went out on loan.
He obviously scored a goal against Albion.
Yes, that's
didn't
all.
he?
That's the
in
first thing I
the
thought.
semi-final, quarter-final of the cup when there was the pitch
FA Cup, that
invasion.
was.
My mate
Yes.
mobbed him,
The
and he was the
dark
only
days.
one that was on the wanted list, and he went to hiding.
Really?
So yeah, I'm not giving his name away. I think I still want him now.
Oh, God.
His
Have you seen
photos
this man?
everywhere. he was getting into hiding.
Oh, God. What's
It's
Anyway.
not your mate, it's not you like in a Groucho
No.
Marx disguise, is
No,
it?
no.
Do you remember, because actually on the subject of that, because I need to get over this, and I'm sure Villa fans need to get over this as well. Obviously, Shrewsbury Town fans went on the pitch yesterday.
Sort of went a little crazy.
Look at these scenes, it's lovely, isn't it? Little old Shrewsbury Town. And yet when Villa did it, it was like, back to the dark ages, lock them up.
Shocking.
Expose Ashley's mate. Do you know this man?
I know,
So-
it's mad, isn't it? I'll never get over that. It's one of those little things like the Vidic thing in the cup final and the...
Do you reckon I'll pitch invites tomorrow if we win? I've jinxed it now, and I
don't know.
No, don't.
I wouldn't have thought so.
It's strictly, it's not the correct thing to do. So don't. Let's not be seen to...
enjoy ourselves.
What's the
Besides,
one?
I'm in the top of the Trinity anyway. That would be, be quite some crowd. So that'd be more than a Douglas Luiz. That would need to dive off the top of there. Imagine that.
Was there pitch invasion for the semi-final of the...
Yeah, there was the Blackburn one. Oh, you want about that one or not?
No, I'm
Middlesbrough.
thinking of playoffs this year,
Middlesbrough.
but it was away, wasn't it, the second leg?
There was the Middlesbrough one at home when we got to the par final.
So
the
if
year
we were at
before.
home against Albion in the second leg, there would have been one then as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blackburn 6-4.
Yes, I remember
There
that.
was, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Next.
Last one.
I think there might be two more.
Last one.
Oh, is that the last one?
Yeah, last one.
Okay, I know what it is then.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Go on, eh?
January 2007, Carew and Mings. left.
Little and large. Little and large
Carew
double
and
announcement.
Young, little and large. What has there been a better double announcement than that in the history of transfer announcements? Ashley Young and John Carew signing together on the same day. It's got to be up there.
Better one on the same day.
Got to be up there.
Ian Ormond and Nigel Callaghan.
Jermaine Genus and
Back
Alan
in the
Hutton.
day.
Was that January?
Which
Genus
one?
and Hutton?
No, that was August.
Was it in summer? 'Cause I remember pictures of them being in the stadium and it was pitch black. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, that made me think it was a dark January night, but clearly
I
not.
remember speaking to somebody at Villa saying, "Can you do us I want to do a kind of behind the scenes look at this double transfer of Genus and Hutton." And they're like, "Well, I can't give you too much detail because it's commercially sensitive and all this." I think the most detail I got was, because it was late into the night, a couple of the media staff had to disappear across to the Tesco to get them some sandwiches. Brilliant insight. I don't even know what sandwiches they had, to be honest.
And if they had a meal deal,
I don't know.
that'd be what I'd go for.
That is probably similar to, you're talking about Ashley Young and John Carew. A meal deal is probably the equivalent, isn't it, when you get kind of a decent drink and a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, it was. So what year was that?
That's 2007, I think.
2007. So was the
Young came from
Carew one with
Watford.
Barros going
Yep.
Yes, and that was Leon, wasn't it? I think
in the other direction?
What was Young about 9.5 mil?
9.5 mil. I think that might have been a record at the time.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Got two fantastic players. That's like the glory days. Of
There's a
me
clip of their
supporting
debut
Villa,
against
those two.
Newcastle that went on Twitter. because it's obviously January. And do you want to see the size of Ashley Young's shirt? It comes down to here.
Yeah, because he signed, didn't he? I think I saw that. It's like he signed on this day, so and so.
I think O'Neill used to describe him, didn't he? Like something like 5 stone wet through or something like that.
I loved Ashley Young. What a massively underrated player by like everybody else.
He was a great player. He was the most boring person to interview
in
the world because he was
he
just
seems like a nice bloke.
He was just so kind of
serious.
media trained.
Right, okay.
And obviously we had the thing with him and Downing, I think, who left in the same summer. And Downing went as a real villain because I think he came out and gave an interview saying, I might be off. And whereas Ashley Young straight batted everything, no, well, I'm here, Aston Villa until blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But the Carew one's interesting because one of our lads did a story yesterday saying Carew is doing a voiceover.
Oh yes, James told me about this. He's in a film, isn't he? He's starring in a film.
I thought he was doing I thought it was an animation.
Nah,
I thought it was animation as well.
Oh, is it?
He's voiceover.
Because Will Smith does the voiceover for this. Was it Spies?
Yeah.
Spies Like Us or something?
Yeah.
Definitely not that.
And whereas Will Young does the Will Young. I think I better leave right now.
Different film. Oh no.
Man.
Whereas Will Smith does the. That's not bad. Whereas Will Smith does the voiceover for the Hollywood version, Carew does the voiceover for the.
I thought he was actually in
the
it.
Norwegian version. I think.
Okay, interesting.
So
I don't know whether he was announced with this, but do you remember that video that Villa did of Carew when he kicks the ball at the badge of the North Stand?
Yeah, he wasn't announced with that.
I think
was
that
was
not?
like a ticket promotion or something.
Okay, that was one of the first things I thought.
What do you think of that from a technical point of view?
Not brilliant. You obviously know everyone knows it's fake. And it's one of those things. Imagine if he actually did it. I can't remember what the premise was for it. Was it Jack Woodward on it as well? And I kind of going, I bet you can't hit the north. I don't know what they were trying to achieve, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's a little bit dodgy looking.
Did you kick ups on top of the foot Dunlop before?
Yeah,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm sure there was a couple of those like faked videos. There might have been like a Downing or Young one putting the ball in a bin or something.
The ball in a wheelie bin from 50 yards.
That might have been Downing.
Something like that.
Yeah, they had a phase of doing that.
Yeah. I don't think
not bad for the time.
Yeah. I don't think the kind of the clubs out doing each other with unveilings. I don't think it was in vogue back then, was it? In 2007. No. I think it was still the old
just holding up a picture.
Here's a scarf. I remember actually
before Twitter. That I think.
I wonder if we can find a picture. I remember there's one. It might be when Villa signed Alan Thompson, and I didn't even have. You know how they have the kind of printed backdrops now, like with the sponsors on.
Yeah,
they've got a Villa beach towel over his shoulder, and I remember tweeting this and finding this picture out and tweeting, and I copied John Gregory into it. And a couple of days later, he tweeted me back saying, "I've still got that towel," and there was him lying on this towel, or him.
I remember that.
Next to this thing. So I'll have to see if you can dig that out to overlay that. But I thought that was brilliant.
Quality.
Can't even get a proper backdrop, so you stick a towel in.
Oh God!
But I think Jemba's got 50 of those towels now. to be honest, but yeah, Carew and Young, brilliant, happy,
great players.
Happy, glorious days.
Yeah. So that was like the time that I started having a season ticket. So that was like, oh God!
Started the upsurge.
How old have you been then? Still in Nappies?
2007. I was 12.
Yeah, still in Nappies.
Yeah, just about. So that was like, oh my God, this Villa thing is quite good, isn't it? And then setting myself up for the inevitable downfall in the years to come.
I think my Ashley Young moment is probably the Everton away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean that was a struggle. I mean the Goodison press box is pretty tight.
I was going to say, were you there for it?
I was.
I wish I was
had
there.
A couple of pints pre-match. Me and Bill Howell, who used to work here, we had gone up there and had a couple of drinks. Not too many, just the right amount. And it's that horrible thing about a last-minute rewrite.
Yeah,
because the game.
We talked about that the other day, didn't we? For Watford.
Of course, you had that, I suppose, in the Watford game. But it's like to and fro, and you're thinking, as much as you're euphoric that they've won the game, you're thinking, there's that intro gone. There's that intro gone. There's that intro gone. But yeah, that was a great moment. I think Lescott scored, hadn't he, for Everton? Moments earlier.
Was it 3-2?
Yeah. And Ashley Young goes and scores at the other end to win it. Sidwell scored a screamer that day as well.
Yeah, DJ got the first.
Nice.
But as for Carew, just so many
I'm trying to
brilliant
think
moments. I remember him scoring. There
was that acrobatic
delicate dink against Stoke once, did he? He scored the hat trick away at Reading in the FA Cup.
He scored an acrobatic, got back overhead kick against somebody as well. Newcastle or something like that. I don't know. He's one of those players that you just absolutely loved. 6 foot something.
He's a lovely
massive.
fella as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a lovely fella. I remember he could never understand my accent, so he always used to take the mickey out of it. He's not, he's not going to get any voiceover work for any Brummy role. He ain't going to be voicing over Peaky Blinders for the Norwegian audience, I can tell you. But yeah, he was a lovely guy. Considering he got this he was a massive beast, and he got this kind of little twinkle, this kind of mystique as a bit of a kind of ladies' man. And out with Alicia Dixon, didn't
I was going to say, there's loads of little great stories about them. Wasn't there?
For a
There was
while.
a strip club thing as well.
Yeah.
And there's the 5-1 photograph after Birmingham, and now he's a film star.
Great
and-
character.
What a great bloke.
Yeah,
I think he was at Wembley for the playoff final this year as well.
Yeah, he's mates
Pretty
with
sure.
Prince William now, isn't he?
Oh yes, yeah, of course,
He's
yeah.
going to take on all
Yeah.
of Prince Harry's duties, apparently. Going to
Crazy
be opening
stuff.
an orphanage, you know.
What an enigma John Carew is. What a guy.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Imagine getting him on the podcast. Can we make that happen? Can we
can try,
Can
can't
we
we?
get Carew on the podcast?
You can try.
Let's ask.
I'll have a word with Will Young's people. See.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us almost to an hour. Unbelievably, I thought you'd rattle through this in 15 minutes and be like, "Oh, that was boring." What did you think of my little game? Enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
I thought it was good, mate. I think you should have put a few rebels in the bottom of the mug
There's
just
a
to
little
treat
treat.
us,
Little treat
at
at
the
the
end. But I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good, wasn't it? Going down memory lane. Yeah, it's nice.
Enjoyed that, and
Some-
just hope that
some things I've forgotten
when we
about.
do next week's podcast, we can be reflecting on a exciting, dramatic
Yeah.
deadline day that has, given us everything that we could possibly want and need.
Yeah. Do we play on the weekend in the league?
Yeah.
With Bournemouth.
Bournemouth away.
So, kind of some preliminary plans. If we win on Tuesday, we'll do a podcast after it at some point. If we lose, we probably won't, and we'll do a Leicester Bournemouth special on Monday. And deadline day, we're going to be doing something.
I reckon we do like a mini one at half 11 on deadline day.
a 20-minute. How did the
And
window
then we
go?
try and
Kind of
dispute
thing.
for last order somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the plan for the next couple of episodes. If you've enjoyed listening to our ramblings about the January transfer windows of years gone by and gone down memory lane with us, then let us know if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and get our iTunes reviews and all the rest of the spiel that we do at the end. Thanks, lads, for joining me. You need to get over to Bodymore Heath ASAP, but drive safe.
Cheers.
The
And,
lights are still on at Podymore.
Yeah, and we'll see you again next time. Oh my God, he's already going.
The screech of tyres as Ash disappears.
Bye, mate.
See you all. Thank you.
Bye.